Hey guys, I'm Eric Peterson and I'm a men's dating and relationship coach for Skill of Attraction. And today's attraction tips video is called 12 Bad Boy Traits Women Love. Now, it's no secret or revelation that women are very drawn to the so-called bad boys. They just can't seem to get enough of them. Funnily enough, you also hear women complain about them, cry over them, badmouth and bash them, seek counsel to stay away from them, and yet they keep running after them. I mean, how many times have you heard a woman complain about her narcissistic ex? But the fact that she's still complaining and talking about him after all this time says that she's still very much emotionally invested in him. And I would bet big money that if that guy bumped into her while they were out, she would end up in bed with him by the end of the night. Women just can't seem to help themselves when it comes to the bad boys. It's similar to us being completely weak around beautiful, promiscuous women. We may hate her on the surface, but if she gave us the green light, we wouldn't hesitate jumping into bed with her, at least in most cases. We just can't help ourselves, just like them. Now, as men, we all know that having unlimited access to unlimited sex with beautiful women is our top goal, at least on a biological level. What is it exactly that makes women so weak in the knees when it comes to a bad boy? Now, of course, there are a lot of things women find attractive and a lot of things that women find unattractive about men. And I try to teach you guys all that with my videos and through my private coaching. I mean, we all know that women are very attracted to jerks and bad boys, but a large majority of us are not that, not even close to that. Now, personally, I'm not someone who could be a total dick to women, even if I tried. It's just not who I am. The good news is, you don't have to be a total dick or an a-hole to attract women. In fact, I wouldn't recommend that because it's not necessarily the bad boy, the dick, or the a-hole that is attractive to women. It's particular traits those men possess that women find so attractive. Now, we're not talking about the bad boys, men who are abusive, end up in jail, and hurt people and whatnot. We're simply talking about the attractive traits the bad boys have, the traits that make them irresistible to women. I would never recommend that you guys treat women badly or be abusive or cheat on them or anything similar. The idea here is that you still become that high-value man who is on top of his game in life and love, but adding these traits into the mix will make you even more attractive. And if you're still not at that point of being considered high value, implementing these traits will certainly help you come across as more high value. Now, why is that? Because these traits signal high value. Now, perhaps one day when you do reach a high value status, much of this will come natural. However, using the whole fake it till you make it approach really does work. You just can't rely on the faking it part long term. But I'm sure you've heard the advice before that you want to dress for the job you want. Well, this is basically the same thing. So in this attraction tips video, I'm going to be discussing the bad boy traits that women love and find irresistible in a man, and why those traits are so damn irresistible. But if you guys need my personal help and you're interested in some private coaching, please head over to my website at soa.fm, click on the coaching tab, and there you'll see that I have several options for you to choose from. My coaching options include several phone coaching packages for my North American clients and several Zoom coaching packages for my clients outside North America. And I will post the links to both my contact page and my coaching page in the description down below. Also, be sure to check out my new merch, which can be found directly below this video or by tapping on the Stored tab on my channel. Oh, and I'm going to be switching things up a bit on how I handle the comments section from now on. This channel is growing and it's almost a full-time job answering all your questions in the comments. So I will still answer your quick questions in the comments. However, I will only answer the questions that come with a super thanks. So if you have a question that you want answered in the comments, tap on the super thanks option, which should be right below the video, and then your comment will be highlighted. I will then answer it ASAP, and you will get a response worthy of your donation. So in other words, if you give a $2 super thanks, expect a $2 response. Now, if you don't want to go the super thanks route, then head over to my website at soa.fm, register for a free account, and ask your question there. No charge. And really, I think this is a pretty fair trade-off, all things considered. Now, what are some bad boy traits that drive the ladies wild? Well, probably the biggest one is overconfidence. There are confident guys, then there are overconfident guys. These guys usually have absolutely no reason to be so confident. I mean, they're borderline delusional. But they are, and it works like a magnet for women. I believe even the great artiste, also known as Royce, has said in the past, overconfidence is key to good game. It doesn't matter if you're deserving of this level of confidence, just go with it and believe in it. I mean, believing is key. So why do women like overconfident men so much? Well, it signals that having that guy's babies will result in her children having that level of confidence. Plus, it conveys that you're on top of your game, which obviously helps to ensure her and her offspring's survival. Now, next up is self-entitlement. Now, what exactly is self-entitlement? It's when a man or a woman perceives themselves as deserving of unearned privileges. This kind of goes along with having overconfidence. These men believe that they're deserving of beautiful women just because they're them. Of course, it's not just beautiful women that they're deserving of, but anything really. You know, a high-paying job, a cool car, the best clothes, and so on. And strangely, these men often get what they believe they're entitled to. And, you know, actually, it's not that strange if you practice the law of attraction. Now, why is this attractive? Because it seems that everything comes so easy to them. Which, of course, means that if she's his girl, if she has his babies with him, that she and her children will have all those things too. As narcissistic as it sounds, it really is a good mindset to have. See the law of attraction. Now, I actually grew up with a guy who I would consider a natural with women, and really, he's just an average-looking guy for the most part. He really isn't a snappy dresser or anything special about him on the surface. But the guy is completely overconfident. He's self-entitled and dominant. Women just flock to him. And they're not just average girls. I mean, they're hot. I mean, perhaps a little trashy in my opinion, but those are the types of girls he likes. So my point is, this stuff works. Bad boys are also shamelessly selfish. By this, I really only mean that they put themselves first. It's this trait, among others of course, that get these men labeled as jerks. Now, why are they jerks? Because they're not putting her needs or anyone else's above their own. They're not putting her up on a pedestal. We're taught that this is selfish behavior, especially when it comes to women. But is it really? No, absolutely not. In fact, if you haven't figured it out yet, always putting her needs above your own will get you friend-zoned, dumped, or even cheated on. It's nice guy behavior. Now, this behavior signals that you have what it takes to accumulate resources, which is partly what helps a woman feel secure, and again, helps to ensure her and her children's survival. Now, you know what else makes bad boys attractive? They're unapologetically authentic. They have that I don't give a fuck attitude. They don't care about being judged or what others think of them. They have a strong belief in themselves, that in their values, their morals, and their character. I mean, why would anyone who thinks so highly of himself care what other people think of them? All in all, it signals confidence and self-worth. Now, one of the reasons women find nice guys so unattractive is because nice guys are not authentic. Women understand that these guys are pleasers and they do or say things that are expected of them, so other people like them. Now, one of the bad boy traits that just makes women melt is that they cannot be tamed or controlled. Most men believe that if they just do what their girl wants, that she'll be happy and think higher of him or like him more. Now, she may be happy in the moment that you do what she wants, but it also shows that you have no spine. Women want strong, confident men that aren't going to bend to her will just because he's afraid that she might leave him over it. Now, I'm not saying that you should never do what she wants. I mean, sometimes she may have a good point. Plus, you'll have to compromise at least a little when you're in a long-term relationship, because if you're too difficult to work with, she's not going to stay long-term. Now, bad boys are also womanizers, or at the very least, they're unapologetically sexual. Now, trying to hide your sexuality or your desire for beautiful women is a waste of your time and energy, and hers, because women know what you want. But when you're timid about it or trying to hide it, she just sees you as weak and a nice guy. Don't forget, women love sex just as much as us. The difference is they don't obsessively think about it 24/7 the way that we do. And women love to be desired by the right man. Now, when I say attraction, I typically mean sexual attraction. There could be no romance without a woman first seeing you as a potential sexual option. Now, most people will say that you should be friends first. Then the romance and sex will come in time. But that's completely wrong and backwards. It's sexual attraction first, then romance, and then friends. And in order for her to know that you're a sexual man who desires her, you have to convey that through your attitude, your touch, and your words. Being a womanizer communicates that very clearly. Now, bad boys are also dominant, but not domineering. Although some of them are domineering, and actually some girls do like domineering men, but most don't though. But all women like dominant men. So what's the difference? Well, dominant is leading her, where domineering is controlling her. Women love a man who knows how to lead her. Now, women don't like nice guys, and bad boys are not nice. Now, they may be a kind man, but never nice. As I described earlier, nice guys are people pleasers who are easily controlled. And as I also said earlier, women love a man who cannot be tamed, who doesn't allow people, including her, to walk all over him. Nice guys are typically doormats, as much as nice guys hate hearing that. It's the truth. Now, women do not feel safe with nice guys for obvious reasons, but perhaps a not so obvious reason they don't feel safe with nice guys is because the nice guys of the world are easily angered when others don't live up to the ideal the nice guy has held them at. In other words, it's typically the so-called nice guys that snap and hurt women. Now, another trait admired in the typical bad boy is that they're often very passionate. Now, this doesn't necessarily mean a passionate lover, although that helps significantly. But what I mean is they're passionate about their purpose, their values, and their beliefs, and so on. This shows authenticity. And as I mentioned earlier, women love authentic men. Now, your average bad boy is also bold and adventurous. They take risks, and that could be adventurous in and of itself. They approach beautiful women. They do things your average guy is afraid of doing or saying. I mean, sometimes they're even dangerous men, or they do dangerous activities. And this excites women. Again, as with much of this, being bold and adventurous shows confidence. Now, just as an example, I was dating this girl once, and she often said to me, "I can't believe you just said that." Quickly followed by, "Well, it kind of excites me when you talk like that." So don't be afraid of doing or saying what's on your mind, within reason, of course. Not only does it build your confidence, but as I said, it also excites the ladies. And this is really the opposite of being boring and predictable, which is the kiss of death with women when that happens. Now, of course, bad boys are also very mysterious. Women never quite know where they stand with them or what's on their minds. And one minute he's showing her a lot of interest, the next minute he's completely aloof and unresponsive. I mean, what the hell, right? I actually just made a video last week about how you could be more mysterious with women. And a few weeks before that, I did a video on mixed signals and how it just drives women crazy. I highly recommend that you watch both of those so you understand this and its effects on women's attraction for you. And finally, they have an abundant mindset. One of the reasons it's so easy for bad boys to keep women chasing them is because they have options. They have purpose and hobbies. They have other girls they're talking to. They don't have a problem with being alone or when a girl walks away. Basically, they're not afraid of losing the girl whatsoever. This is where a majority of men screw up with women. They're afraid to lose her. And why are they afraid to lose her? Because they don't have options. Most men work a job they hate. They don't have any purpose. Their hobbies amount to video games. Many don't work out. And they're lucky to have one girl to talk to. And oftentimes, they're not even getting laid by that one girl. They're just talking to the girl, being extra patient, extra nice, thinking it's going to lead to that eventually. Essentially, they have nothing else going on. So, of course, you're going to be afraid to lose the only good thing happening in your life. So what you want to do is start building up your life to where you have things in abundance. When you achieve that, you will not be needy any longer. You will not tolerate BS or disrespect from women. You'll have an active social life, and hopefully you'll have some money in your pocket so you're free to do all these things without worrying about how much it's going to cost. Now, having no woman and no money is a terrible place to be for any man. But until you get there, you want to date women like these things aren't an issue at all. Like I said earlier, fake it till you make it. If she wants to leave, instead of trying to convince her to stay, act as if you have women lining up outside your door and tell her, hey, go ahead and leave then. And just watch how quickly her attitude changes. So, if you found this video helpful or any of my videos helpful, I would really appreciate it if you gave it a thumbs up and for you to share it with any of your friends and family. I would also really appreciate it if you hit the subscribe button down below and tick that little bell symbol next to it so you get real-time notifications of when I upload new videos. And in the description down below, not only will I have a link to both my contact page and my coaching page, but I also have some numerous offers or links to attraction-related programs that may interest you very much. But I also have a link to PayPal or my Bitcoin wallet address if you deem this video worthy of a donation. Or hit super thanks. So that's it for this video. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Have a good one. Bye-bye.